If you've been watching the live streams, you'll know that I was recently at the New York Wind-Up Watch Fair. I had a great time. It was good to see a lot of brands that I've worked with before, but also a lot of new brands. And one brand in particular I got to meet was the two founders of Bravur, Magnus and Johan. These are two cycling-obsessed Swedes that developed a cycling brand around their favourite sport. They've kindly sent in a watch for us to look at today, and this is their Bravur Heritage model. This is a watch that is really a celebration of the history of cycling, and in particular this watch is a celebration of a famous team from the Tour de France. Now, I'd not heard of Bravur before, but the brand is not new. There's certainly reviews on YouTube going back 6 and 7 years old, so they are really an established independent brand now. Today we're looking at the Bravur MER edition, a watch that pays tribute to one of cycling's most historic and visually recognisable teams, and that is Mercier. The distinctive purple and yellow you see here comes direct from the team's jersey, a colour combination that became iconic through the 1950s until 1969. And the team holds the record for the most Tour de France participations. They were also home to Raymond Poulidor, one of the sport's most beloved riders. This watch seems to be a celebration of cycling more than a watch that was specifically designed for cycling, like for example Christopher Ward's C63 Sealander Elite, which was a watch specifically made for cyclists. That watch featured a retractable crown to stop the irritation when your wrists were bent gripping the handlebars, although I would say unfortunately in the Christopher Ward's case this was a good idea, but the practicality I think was debatable. This watch comes in a compact 37mm stainless steel case with a 44.6mm lug-to-lug and a thickness of only 11.7mm and an 18mm lug width. This is paired with a screw down crown for added confidence in their 100-meter water resistance. Although it has been mentioned to me when I ask people who are actually into cycling that a destro or left-handed drive configuration, as I call it, might have been a better configuration as the solution to the problem that Christopher Ward was trying to solve. As with most wearers, if the crown was on the left-hand side, that of course isn't going to dig into the wrist, of course, unless you wear your watch on your right hand. Although as a frequent wearer of watches and a very infrequent cyclist, I found the case to be very comfortable to wear. The crown is rounded and shrouded to prevent it being noticed on the back of the wrist. Also, the FKM strap, which is surprisingly high quality feeling, will anchor the watch so the watch won't be riding up and down your wrist. The case itself seems to be custom made for this watch rather than an off-the-shelf case. The sandblasted finish on the side should hide lighter scratches easily, and the polish and chamfered edges are finished to a very high standard and give the case a really high quality feel while capturing the light very nicely. Adding to the quality feel is the case back. This is individually numbered and screwed down. This perfectly aligns the cycling cap and the watch's name. I've also never seen a quick release spring bar with this flat head screw design. This looks the business, and I hope more brands use this because that does give a quality feel to it. Up front it features a beautiful slightly domed sapphire crystal with an internal anti-reflective coating. Inside is the Swiss-made Sellita SW200 automatic movement with its 26 joules. This is a no-date configuration with a 41-hour power reserve and a smooth 4Hz beat rate of 28,800 vibrations per hour. The dial really stands out. A purple surface combined with what Bravur are calling a tarmac style texture. Again, a nod to the cycling roots. Although we do have an inner ring that has a sunray brush finish, this ring frames the printed logo, small cycling cap motif at 6 o'clock and automatic. Although to see automatic, you're going to have 20/20 vision. The chapter ring on this version is also a striking yellow, another nod to the cycling team this watch is honouring and gives a great look to the watch. The hour markers on here really stand out in the daylight because they are white against a purple background. I love how the dial in the dark turns into a real minimalist design of numbers and then the tip of the hands. It's very pleasing to the eye in the dark. The rhodium plated hour and minute hands feature a bevel down the centre, gives a nice contrast to the dial, and the second hand is finished in a light purple for a subtle colour match. There's no lume on the second hand, just to note. The advertising places this watch firmly in the unisex category with a size to accommodate most wrists. My wife actually loved the watch but struggled to wear it due to the rubber strap. The watch fit her 5.5-inch wrist, but there were not enough holes on the strap to get a good fit. I think they should offer a shorter version of this strap to accommodate smaller smaller wrist to expand the audience for this watch. Here you can see it on my 7.2-inch wrist. This watch really offers a compact, low-profile wrist-wearing experience. I would also have liked to see what they could have done with a fitted bracelet for this watch. They do offer a metal strap, but it's more of a mesh style with a straight end link. I think overall they've done an excellent job. The watch really does have a quality feel to it. It has a nice little bit of weight in the hand, and it feels like a lot of attention to detail has been done in the assembly. I believe most of the assembly is done in Sweden. Of course, the parts are sourced from all over the world. Now, we can't end the review without giving top marks for the packaging. The watch comes in a very nice cardboard box, but inside we have this real leather carry case for it. This would accommodate, I would guess, at least another 2 watches for you to take around with you. But the design looks like a vintage satchel you would see on bikes, but it doesn't just look like one. This also can attach to a bike. They've made it so it will accommodate handlebars, so you can attach this to the front of the bike. The watch roll inside is removable, so you could keep a toolkit, or I think they say snacks or an extra jersey or something in there. So I'm sure most people who own this watch probably won't attach this to the bike, but I think it's a real nice touch and a real nod, obviously, to the design ethos of this watch. This is probably one of the most high quality watch rolls that I've ever seen on any watch, including ones that I've spent many thousands of dollars on. 10 out of 10 marks for this watch roll that comes with it. So we've gone over the review of this watch, but how much does it all cost? Well, this is coming in at $1,195 here in the US, although there is a little caveat talking about the taxes and maybe the tariff that is due, so check that out before you go ahead and purchase this watch. But I think that at $1,195 is a really good price. It certainly puts it up in line with other watches that feature the SW200, but I feel like this goes above and beyond. Not only the quality feel, the quality of execution and design, but also this leather satchel that comes with it I think is great. If you like the look of this watch, you will not be disappointed in person. I think the execution is done to a very high standard here. So that was my opinion, and as with all of these reviews, I would love to hear your opinion, so let me know in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, I'd love it if you hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time on Casual Watch Reviews. Thanks guys, bye.